Welcome back, and this story affects all the Nigerian states. The former president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Mr. Olumide Akintayo, is seeking a stiffer penalty for anyone, organization involved in the production and supply of substandard drugs in order to reduce the tragic and harmful impact of fake and counterfeit drugs in the country. Mr. Akintayo says that it's unfortunate that substandard drugs were still smuggled into the healthcare delivery system across the country and thus putting the health of patients in jeopardy. He also added that government agencies will need to do more, especially as the world marks the International Pharmacy Day, so as to reduce the menace of fake drugs and drug abuse.
Government at the highest level, the federal level, because drug matters are on the exclusive list, will have to actually bear the brunt of the incompetencies and inefficiencies that we continue to witness. You might want to ask me why. A major area that constitutes significant drawback in the output of these very important and strategic regulatory agencies is poor funding. Inspectorate is a very expensive thing. It's not enough to set up agencies. It's not enough to have enabling laws. If you do not drive the proper implementation of those laws and enabling statutes, then everything would amount to a waste of time. And I give you some specific examples. As far back as 1992, the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria has served notices to places called drug markets in Nigeria. Everybody knows them. Now somehow, this is 2016, 24 years after, nothing has happened. The only good thing now is that in the last 1 or 2 years, we're beginning to witness movements because of a newly approved, the amended National Drug Distribution Guidelines.
Away from health and in the north central in Benue State, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 4, Mr. Oshodi Glover, says he's leading the joint task force to capture Tewasi Akwaza, wanted for alleged murder, kidnapping and cattle rustling. Mr. Oshodi Glover made this known at a meeting with Governor Samuel Ortom, who charged the police to work with communities to ensure the arrest. Both men appealed for interagency and civilian cooperation to help restore peace in Benue following this week's murder of a second-class chief.
Intelligence gathering is the responsibility of all, not just the police. You leave it to them, they are not enough to handle matters of security. But when you avail information to them and support them in fishing out criminals, it will help. Ghana, that we are looking for. Nobody should shield that man. For us, we believe in the rule of law and due process, and we have always said that even me, with my immunity, I'm ready to avail myself to be scrutinized where there are issues connected with me which are criminal in nature. I'm ready to do that. So if I, as a governor, will avail myself, no other person is above the law in this state.
We want to assure all members of the public, anybody who has credible information can come to police and they'll be sure of their protection against all these criminals. It will be a great honor for us to be able to get that man, the so-called Ghana, because he's terrorizing the community. I want members of the public to please give us information that will lead to his arrest.
Moving on to the South-South, finally, the Ad Hoc Committee on Joint Task Force and Niger Delta says it will propose the establishment of modular refineries in the country if that is what Nigerians want. Aside from the environmental degradation caused by the presence of these illegal refineries that dot the entire landscape of the region, members of the committee are also bothered concerning the way the confiscated products are being disposed.
Seizure of bunkered oil, the seizure of illegal oil being collected, and the way it is disposed by our security agents, which also adds to the already compounded problem of environmental despoliation in the Niger Delta. Just yesterday, when we went to River State in Bile, we saw how these things were being disposed of. Fire, and you see smoke all over the area, and you see oil flowing on top of the water. And that does not mean well for the people of the Niger Delta. Are there no better ways of disposing these things? Internationally, is that the practice? The answer is no.
And this is where we call it a day for this edition of News Across Nigeria, where north, south, east, and west, we tell you what's happening across the country. From all of us here, thanks for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay. See you again.